Most Kirby abilities are great, and there are only a handful or two that are really bad. So today, we're going to look at the worst of the worst. This list will count every mainline Kirby game. No spin-off game is left behind. So without further ado, let's start the ranking with number 10. Throw is, compared to most abilities, not that great. Now, it doesn't mean it's not useful, but it's not my first choice, especially since it only has one attack. All you do is pick up an enemy and throw it, which can be useful, but you can also just use another ability. Number 9. Just like Throw, Backdrop has only one attack, and that's to pick up an enemy and backdrop it. No wonder why Throw, Backdrop, and Suplex all got turned into one ability, because they are very similar. Honestly, both Backdrop and Throw could be interchanged, but I personally find Throw to be more useful. Number 8. Ball is quirky, to say the least. Ball only appears in Kirby's Adventure on the NES, and its remake on the Game Boy Advance, mainly because it's not that fun to use. It was meant to be a way to blast through levels very fast, sort of like Wheel, but the levels it appears in are mostly very platform heavily based, so you don't get to enjoy it really much. And speaking of being heavy, number 7. A metal ability on paper sounds great to use. You're invincible, can crash through most breakable blocks, but in execution, it's not really that useful. Like, at all. I mean, you walk so slow, you hover so slow, and you jump really low. You can do a cool metal roll attack on slopes, but it's just one of those abilities that I'll only use once, and most likely never again. Number 6. Balloon is in one game, and it's on the DS, and it's very gimmicky. But does that make it better? Nope, not at all. All you do is tap the screen to make Kirby float up, and that's it. And I mean, you can do a cool little explosion to stun all the enemies for a couple seconds. And it's sort of useful in the game it's in, but even then, it doesn't really do much. Number 5. I'm sorry, Ghost fans, for putting Ghost on this list, but let's be honest for a second, it's not that very good of an ability. I mean, I will say the design for the ability looks amazing, however, everything else isn't. The whole point is to take control of an enemy and move it around, sort of like if you were puppeteering them. But if you can already suck them up and take their ability from the get-go, isn't that kind of pointless? And the fact that you have to unlock this ability makes it even worse. Number 4. Do I even have to say anything for this one? It's honestly a miracle that sleep isn't at the very bottom of this list. All you do, as the ability is called, sleep for a couple seconds. At least in the newer games, you can get some health back, but that still doesn't mean it's not trash. I mean, that's the whole point. It's meant to be an ability that you're supposed to avoid. But still. Number 3. Copy is similar to Ghost, but 1,000 times worse. It's to the point where it doesn't even feel like you have an ability. All you do is scan an enemy and take their ability. But just like Ghost, if you can already suck up an enemy and take their ability from the get-go, what's even the point? I don't even see the point in this ability's purpose for player 1, because it was really meant for player 2. to directly choose what ability they want. But come on, guys, it's the copy ability. Number 2. Mini almost feels like an anti-power-up. Basically, you shrink Kirby so you can fit through small openings and find secrets. But it's not really useful for anything besides that. You also get a bunch of disadvantages, like how you can't hover, you can jump lower, and you take more damage and are vulnerable to getting hit. But even this doesn't compare to the worst Kirby ability of all time. And now, the number 1 worst Kirby copy ability is... Light is forgettable, useless, and makes you wonder what the developers were even thinking when making this ability. All you do is light up a room you couldn't see in before, and that's it. You could maybe see a secret door with the ability that you could still enter without use of it. Honestly, what even is the point of this ability? Like I said, what were the developers even thinking when making this? But anyways, those were just my opinions on the top 10 worst Kirby copy abilities. What are your opinions? Leave them in the comments below. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, drink your milk, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!